overall have not all that bad of an evening on our hands. A couple of showers, maybe a rumble of thunder or two possible in southeastern KELOLAND at times, so that's going to be overall a pretty isolated event. Beyond that, we're warm again with lows in the 60s to near 70. Tomorrow, quiet to the east, albeit windy to the west later in the evening. Another round of thunderstorms possible, and a few of those could be strong to severe. We'll talk about that coming up. But until then, First at 4 starts right now.
Live from KELOLAND Media Group. KELOLAND News, first at 4.
Coming up, 2 police officers are hurt after a shooting in Des Moines, Iowa. We'll tell you what we know.
Plus, over $100,000 for people impacted by a deadly school shooting in Iowa.
And when the Federal Reserve could make big slashes to interest rates. Good afternoon, and thanks for tuning in to First at 4. I'm Don Jorgensen.
And I'm Kelly Volk. Police are looking for a man who shot someone in central Sioux Falls over the weekend. Authorities say there was some sort of fight near 12th and Summit late Saturday night.
Police say that one man confronted another man and was shot in the arm. He is expected to be okay, but police are still trying to figure out who shot him. There have been no arrests.
An up-and-coming Sioux Falls banker admits to taking money out of the vault and keeping it for himself. Cade Wheeldryer has signed federal court documents saying he plans to plead guilty to embezzlement. According to a factual basis statement, Wheeldryer worked as a branch manager at One American Bank of Sioux Falls. In 2022 and 2023, he admits taking more than $21,000 worth of mutilated currency out of the bank's vault. When he's sentenced, he will face up to 30 years behind bars. In 2023, Wheeldryer was a nominee for the 4 Under 40 award from the local Young Professionals Network.
All right, let's get a check of our weather forecast. It's another warm day across KELOLAND.
Yeah, I guess it's summer for the week, Adam. That's what it feels like.
Well, appropriate considering it's the final week of summer that's going to be on our hands. Fall officially starts on Sunday. But yeah, it's going to feel like it. And with the instability we're going to be keeping an eye on, it's going to look like it as well. For now, though, here's a view from Falls Park. We had a couple of little showers earlier this morning, not amounting to really much beyond a nuisance in many locations to the southeast. 82 south wind at 10 miles per hour with a view of Falls Park. Meanwhile, out in Pierre, the camera's getting jostled around by that southerly wind, 88 with a south wind sustained at 25 miles per hour. We've had some higher gusts out that way. So once again, we are sitting in the 80s and low 90s. 80s more to the east, like in Brookings at 82, 84 for Huron, 88 as we saw in Pierre, but 90s out west. 91, for example, Phillip, Pine Ridge over to Aberdeen, rather Rapid City as well. Aberdeen, you tried to get to 90 today, but so far you're at 84. If you went farther west toward Mobridge, yes, you'd be in the 90s. You're at 91 over in Walworth County. But everybody getting in on a pretty stiff breeze at times, 15 to 25 miles per hour out of the south, which is just continuing to funnel in more of that warmth and also some more moisture. And we're not really seeing much of that right now. It's pretty quiet overall beyond a few clouds and maybe a spritz or two here and there. But this is going to kind of prime the pump as we head through the week for multiple opportunities at showers and thunderstorms. And that begins, at least to an extent, tomorrow. To the east, will stay dry, warm again, 80s to near 90 in southeastern and northeastern KELOLAND as well, all with that breeze out of the south not going anywhere anytime soon. It's out west where we start to see those thunderstorms billow up, especially later in the afternoon and evening toward the Wyoming border, and then pushing eastward overnight into early Wednesday morning. We'll talk about that and a couple of other opportunities for rain, not to mention maybe some seasonable temperatures along the way. It's all coming up as we head through the hour.
All right, thanks a lot, Adam. 2 police officers in Des Moines, Iowa are in the hospital, and a suspect is dead after a shooting early this morning. Police say officers tried to stop a vehicle in the eastern part of the city just before 2 o'clock, but the driver kept going. Officers pursued, and the car crashed a few blocks away. Police say when the officers tried to arrest the suspect, he fired at them with a handgun. The officers returned fire, and the suspect was shot and killed.
Donations poured in after the deadly shooting at Perry High School in Perry, Iowa in January. The Perry School Recovery Fund accumulated $160,000 to be distributed to those impacted by the tragedy. Amanda Rooker with our CBS affiliate in Des Moines explains.
It's been a long road to recovery here in Perry following the deadly shooting at Perry High School in January. And 20 different people, parents and staff impacted by that tragedy, now have some financial support to help them move forward.
After meeting everyone who requested financial support, Lou Hoger, who led the Perry School Recovery Fund, was tasked with divvying up $160,000. He recruited 2 others to help.
The 3 of us, there were times we kind of challenged each other in our decision making, which was good, which is why I wanted other people engaged.
$20,000 had been set aside for the family of 11-year-old Amir Joliffe, who was killed in the Perry School shooting. 20 others requested money, and all 20 received some payment. But it took months to decide who should receive how much.
We looked at trauma, both physical trauma, the present physical trauma is bodily, spiritually, mentally, socially, then also immediate trauma versus long range, for example, PTSD.
The families of those who were shot each received $30,000. 3 other individuals who went through high-level trauma each got $5,000.
Then we had others with a variety of different situations and circumstances the day of the shooting, and it was very difficult to make nuanced differences between all of those. So we had 7 of them then that received $2,000 each.
A final group of recipients each received $1,850. The money may go towards things like counseling and therapy, training or hiring a service dog, or even taking a family vacation, all things that will help the people impacted move forward from tragedy. Now, Hoger has a message for all those who sent support.
I want to say thank you. Thank you to those who are able to gift and bless these families, these children, these parents, these staff people. Thank you for having an understanding of responsibility as a community for assisting people who go through crises like we had it here in Perry.
In Perry, Amanda Rooker, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's news leader.